Now, he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
Ja, naja gut. Ich würde mal sagen, wir probieren das einfach mal auf eigene Hand aus.
Reynardo had never been much of a student. At Sword Fu School, he'd never read the books, just looked at the pictures. And Zenobia. But weapons he understood. His gut told him that the Sky Ripper would work great. He would use it to take out the Imperial outpost. And what's the worst that could happen? The thing wouldn't work, and then he'd take it to the scientists. Right? Exactly.
So schaut's aus. Erst töten, dann fragen.
As he set out down the path, Reynardo wondered why the parts of the Sky River had only surfaced now, thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had discarded it. This Emperor, Isengrim III, had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Perhaps that was bringing up lost artifacts. How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction.
Wir gehen ja mal voll den Arthas Weg.
Imagine if you built a house on one of these things. Oh, that would be amazing. It would be like having a boat.
Ja. So, wir nennen unser Schwert Crossmon, oder? Ups, vielleicht soll ich auch die Sachen einsammeln hier.
Hoped his hook didn't break.
Ja, falsches Schwert, ne? Super. So, was macht dieses Ding eigentlich? Fliegt irgendwie nur hinter mir her. Hoch, runter, hoch. Guck, was willst du denn jetzt so? Ups, ich hab Schaden genommen. Na super, zwischen perfekt und mangelhaft kennt dieses Schulsystem aber auch gar nichts, oder? 1 und 0. Na, halt, dahin.
He was tired of slaughtering ravens. Maybe it was time to test out the new weapon. He
Na,
turned the knob
endlich.
on the Sky Ripper. It made strange mechanical noises. The wheels spun faster. It began to hum.
The Sky Ripper was following his every step. At least it acknowledged him as the master. But there was no trigger. How was he supposed to fire it?
Ja.
Fire, he said. Nothing happened. Well, maybe it just needed to warm up. After all, it hadn't been fired in thousands of years.
Sicher, das war eine richtig gute Entscheidung, hier das Teil da zu holen.
Reynardo had never met a weapon without a trigger. Or a handle. How did this thing work?
A crafting bench. Reynardo wondered what he could make with it.
Feuersturm haben wir noch. Wasser. Windextrakt. Na, das können wir noch nicht craften. So, was ist mit den Juwelen? Ah, wir haben noch gar keine Juwelen. Dann muss uns das dicke Schwert als reichen. Wie war das jetzt mit dem Aufladen?
It was good to practice your moves, thought Reynardo. Keeps you limber.
Was ist denn da? Dicke Kiste? Da muss ich doch irgendwie rüberkommen. So, ja, das Ding ballert ja sogar.
Whining noise now, and its wheels were spinning so fast he could no longer see them.
Reynardo had a thought. Please? He asked. The Sky Ripper began to glow.
Boom! The outpost burst into flame. Ravens flapped out screaming, wings on fire. The base was his. The far speaker toad came hopping out.
Reynardo!
It croaked, sounding like a toad version of Zenobia.
Don't use the Sky Ripper! It will destroy the world!
Yeah, sure it will, cracked Reynardo. Pull the other one.
If you don't trust me, go see Calaveras. He'll tell you the same thing.
Oh, she would say that. That sounded sensible. Why did she always have to sound sensible all the time? Oh, it was infuriating.
Of course she would say that. He was supposed to hurry and bring the Sky Ripper to the council so the rebels could actually win the war. But what if she was right?
Damn it.
Konsequenz ist, einen Holzweg zu Ende zu führen.
Just this once, he would not let Zenobia get into his head with her logic and her wisdom and her appeals to reason. He was a fox. He'd go with his instincts, and it would all work out like it always did. Oh, he was sounding like a reckless idiot even to himself. But if there was one thing Reynardo could never bring himself to do, it was turn back on a decision he'd made. Imperials were flapping and cawing all around the ruins. They must be panicking with rumors flying of the superweapon. Maybe they hoped to find and destroy the base before he could put the Sky Ripper into action. The Sky Ripper was whining and heating up. It would be time to use that energy soon. Reynardo felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
Oh Mann. Ja, so ein bisschen Hitpoints ist, glaube ich, gar nicht so verkehrt. So, wir nehmen den Weg mit dem Schwert, weil schließlich haben wir ja dieses Windschwert. Achso, okay, das ist einfach nur Bonus. Komm her da.
Well, they really needed to redecorate anyway.
Da wird es bald nichts mehr zu dekorieren geben, befürchte ich. Ach, die Energie ist für das Schwert. Ah. Ja, da ist ja auch nur eine Kiste. Was? Was? Da ist Erz runtergefallen. So, ich glaube, jetzt können wir dann nämlich auch mal so ein Feuerschwert bauen. Jetzt haben wir so ein Feuerextrakt gefunden. Okay, da geht noch nichts. Ah, wie passend.
This burning sword from the south was terrific for barbecuing sausages and ravens.
Okay, das Schwert kann ich mit dem Kreuz hier wechseln. So, was habe ich denn hier noch? Da gibt es wieder was zum Hocken.
That was always a rush.
Gehen wir hier mal weiter. Na, da schau her. Wir haben ein Feuerschwert. Wie passt. Ah, dicke Kiste.
Oh, sweet! A gem. All he needed now was a workbench, and he could slot it into his gauntlet.
Ja. Hat sich doch schon fast gelohnt hier. Okay, dafür brauchen wir 4 Feuerextrakte. Ah, Wasserextrakte hätten wir auch. Wir brauchen jetzt noch ein bisschen Erz wieder. So, da hinten war ich doch schon. Da aber noch nicht.
Come on. No fox, no waiting.
Hoppla, da ist noch was. Energy. War ich hier schon? Ah ne, da ist noch eine Kiste.
What was Zenobia talking about? This was a fantastic weapon. Ravens burst into flames with just a touch of its killer beam. He was tempted to leave it on all the time, but he didn't want to accidentally slice off some council toad's head or tongue. She'd been trying to distract him. Well, this time, no one was going to distract him.
Jupp, sehe ich auch so.
Hey, how do you tell if someone's far away or just really small?
Machen wir jetzt hier einen auf. Erzähler wieder an Dungeons. So, was macht denn das andere Schwert eigentlich, wenn ich es auflade? Ups. Ah, ich glaube, damit kann ich damit springen. Gibt's nichts? Dachte, vielleicht kriege ich hier noch extra eine Kiste oder sowas.
The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good. Come over here.
Das war dann mal ein Level Up. So. Bisschen Heilung wäre cool. Damit ich diesen Zauberer da nicht hab unterbrechen können.
As he headed towards the council chamber, Reynardo felt everyone watching him. "You've saved the rebellion," said the council speaker. "Frankly, we were afraid you'd turn aside to save that idiot Lapino."
If you never make sacrifices, he said, you're probably not doing the right thing. The speaker nodded.
"Are you ready to lead the charge?"
Let's roll, he said, with grim satisfaction. Reynardo set sail for the fleet. The Sky Ripper had lost its wine. It was humming now, as if it had taken some time to seat properly. He had always been irresponsible. This time, he'd done the right thing, made the hard decisions. He was a real hero. He hadn't let himself be distracted by old friends or old lovers turned enemies. Finally, he could be proud of himself. He was ready. So was Sky Ripper. The Sky Ripper had a will of its own. It picked out its own targets and set them on fire. This was going to be a short battle. He would set the ships on fire if he didn't need them to get to the Emperor. And he wondered if he'd see Zenobia, or if she'd flee. Wouldn't she be proud of him? At least, a bit of respect. He'd become an all-conquering hero.
Irgendwas ist schief gehen, richtig? Da kann man noch nichts tun. Abgesehen davon, dass ich noch nicht glaube, dass das das Ende des Spiels ist. Aber wer weiß, vielleicht haben wir irgendwie so eine Art Shortcut gefunden.
He shouldn't get impatient. He needed to
take the time to figure out what all his experience had brought him.
Das klingt gut. Ja, das Ding ballert echt. Ja, ist das mein Schiff? Headpoints? Wäre vielleicht noch ganz cool.
Reynardo hoped his mother wasn't watching.
Warum kriegen wir so viel Energie, aber so wenig Hitpoints? Ja. Ah, Hitpoints.
Was the craziest weapon ever used?
Und wieder ein Level Up. Das geht ja ziemlich zügig. Und jetzt? Ja. Ah, komm, ich wollte doch da eigentlich durch. Ja, das weiß ich selber, dass das mangelhaft war. Lebenspunkte. Ich hätte ganz gern Lebenspunkte.
This thing really needed a roof.
Autsch, 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 Autsch. Ich sterbe, ich sterbe. Aber ich komme noch mal durch. Ja. Mal statt vom Checkpoint. So. Ja. Sollte vielleicht auch nicht vergessen, dass man dashen kann. Dann ist das Ganze auch schon wieder etwas einfacher. Halt. Eieiei. Machen wir diese Leuchtteile hier. Oh, Kanonen.
There was a parchment on a signpost. It was from her. Every time you fire, you risk the destruction of the universe. That's insane. We surrender. A trick? Maybe she really believed it. He could hear horns blaring the retreat. Maybe it was true. Maybe they had one.
So, nun.
He was sort of yanking his own chain, wasn't he? Dance? Could the lead Raven?
Uiuiuiui. Am Anfang war mehr Heilung. Oh. Hier ist aber auch ums Verrecken nichts zum Aufsammeln. Schildbrecher. Oh oh. Eine übersehen. Eine übersehen. So. Ah, das heilt uns ja. Das heilt uns. Ach, so ist das. Oh, sind das die Chefen?
There was Zenobia, wearing the white robes of surrender. She came and kneeled before him. Why didn't you listen to me? I was trying to save you too. You're the enemy, he said. I was never your enemy, Reynardo. Then she spoke a terrible word and made a gesture with her hand. She stopped moving, covered in frost, and he wondered why she'd frozen herself. Then the Sky Ripper froze, and then, for a moment, he felt very cold and discovered that he couldn't move. The next thing he knew, the sun was a giant, monstrously red. It took up half the sky, and he was in a parched red desert. And then he was on fire. Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Über. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Über years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true,
He'd learned something. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
Oh, haben wir tatsächlich gerade einen Storystrang abgeschlossen? Stufe 2 Fähigkeiten freigeschaltet. Tempel verlassen. Ja, gut. Dann hätte ich gesagt, springen wir beim nächsten Mal ins nächste Story-Element. Also das war jetzt ja sehr kurz.